Australia's approach to dealing with the People's Republic of China can be summed up in an 8-word aphorism. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. We've become pretty good at hoping, the hoping part, since the normalisation of relations under Gough Whitlam in December 1972. But we've done precious little preparing, it seems, as we grew rich off the back of China's economic expansion and convinced ourselves against the evidence that the Chinese Communist Party would come good one day. Last year, I took a call from Senator Jim Molan asking for my feedback on an extended essay he had written with a disturbing message. Before he went into politics, Molan was among the most highly experienced, highly regarded military commanders in the country. His essay had been written in the hope of alerting Australians to the rising danger of Chinese aggression and the nation's poor state of preparedness. The power of Jim Molan's narrative was not just in the words, but in his authority, the authority he earned during his 40 years as a soldier, including a year as Chief of Operations for coalition forces in Iraq. The thoughts that were forming in that essay have now been published as a book, Danger on Our Doorstep. Could Australia go to war with China? Tony Abbott says this book should be compulsory reading for everyone concerned for our country's future. I go further. I say that Danger on Our Doorstep should be compulsory reading for everyone, because if you're not concerned with our country's future, you should be. Senator Molan joins me now from Country New South Wales. Jim, welcome to this particular battleground. First, can I draw from your combat experience and ask for your assessment of the latest live fire exercises by the People's Liberation Army, which occurred within the exclusive economic zones of both Taiwan and Japan? Are Chinese communist leaders trying to tell us something, and if so, what is it?
Nick, good afternoon. And it's great to be here on your battleground. It's our battleground, and you're quite right. It's everyone's battleground because it takes a nation to defend a nation. But in relation to the demonstration of power that we saw in relation to Taiwan and Nancy Pelosi's visit, where the People's Republic of China conducted a range of activities. That is, they flew aircraft across the midline of the air defence identification zone. They fired missiles across the centre of Taiwan, and 5 of them landed within the economic zone of Japan. Plus, they fired around the edges and placed their naval forces in positions that they would place them if they intended to conduct a blockade of Taiwan. As to what their aim was, I think that they were just making noise. There is nothing that they could really achieve from it. It's a process, a slow process of intimidation, I guess. But what's really sad about it is that it only takes one of those missiles to go bad and to fall in a populated area, and we've got a much more complicated situation on our hand. So no, I don't think it had any great strategic ideas behind it, but it did increase the level of tension and the danger of conducting such an irresponsible activity.